Yo, 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 what's up, everybody out there? This is Ray Bradford. This is the Scatterbrain podcast. I am your host, as you can see. We're doing a solo show today. I want to give you a little breakdown of the Scatterbrain podcast. Scatterbrain, the Ray Bradford podcast. Let me say the right title. So when you search it, you know what you're searching for. Yeah, this is a podcast that's basically a conversation, man. It's just about a conversation. We not gonna be too political, too politically correct. It may be a lot of stuff that may be wrong. You may have to fact check me. You may have to fact check the guest. But yeah, that's the gist of it, man. We just basically want to have a conversation with people that we're truly interested in. You know what I'm saying? Or they got some interesting stuff going on. They can range from sports, music, hot topics, pop culture, music, because I am a music nerd. What else? Anything? Life, your general life, you know. So when you come on here and you look into this podcast and you listening, that's what you can expect, man. And hopefully we give you what you expect. We exceed your expectations. Let me say that. So with that being said, let's get into it, man. If I had a guest here today, I would ask them, how was your week? You know, how was your mental health during the week? Because we care about people as well, right? So without a guest, I'm gonna do it, just to introduce it. My week was pretty cool. If I said on a scale of 1 to 10, my week was about a 7. Could have been better, Could have been a lot worse, but it could have been a little better, right? I did my first clinic under my name, under the Ray Bradford name, with my trio. That included Jaime Jimenez on keyboards and Adrian Chambers on drums. We did a clinic at the Max. I want to say it's like I don't want to say museum, but it's basically like a museum in Meridian, Mississippi, for the Meridian Public School District. Shout out to Zach Jones, who's an educator up there, for contacting me and getting me in place for that. We did a clinic for kids in grades 6 through 12. Yeah, man, it was interesting. The kids were a treat, man. Like, super fun. They were super energetic. They weren't like most kids who just want to sit there and mean mug you the whole time. No, they were like actually involved, asking questions, asking some good questions too as well. We actually got a few kids to come play. I'm gonna name a couple. I may forget a name or two. I'm gonna name a couple because I remember these names distinctly. We had Tony come play drums. We had a guy named Corn play drums and bass. We had this young girl named Alyssa play keyboard. She was bopping the whole time, man. Shout out to Alyssa. And it's that's it. That's both. That's all of them. So it was a great clinic, man, just to teach the kids, just to be able to teach kids, man. Because I've been interested in teaching, right? So I've been kind of wanting to go back and get my master's degree and get into the actual education field. It was just cool to see how kids react to someone that they can see is like how can I put this? Like I said, we're not going to be politically correct a lot, right? So it's cool to see kids react to people who look like them and like can talk how they would talk in a way. They didn't see a guy that came with like slacks and button down, and nothing wrong with that. But a lot of times you don't connect with kids when you look your age. You don't connect with the kids, and you can't reel them in. But we were able to do that. Had a good clinic. What else happened during the week? Last night was, I'm guessing, I'm going from Monday to Monday as a week, but it should be Sunday to Sunday. But last night, we played a gig with Olivia Lee, whose stage name is Just Live. Close friend of mine. She's a singer. Got a couple singers out, Bad Girl, and Foolish are two, and Foolish was mixed at where I am now, the facility I'm in. I want to shout out the facility I'm in right now, Smashing Company in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Yeah, if you're looking to do a podcast, come to Smashing Company. You looking to record some vocals, come to Smashing Company. You looking to get your record mixed, come to Smashing Company. If you want your record mastered, come to Smashing Company. If you want some photography or some videography, we just kind of handle all your creative needs. So come on over to Smashing Company, man. Go to the website, smashingcompany.com. I think that's it. Will, am I wrong? Smashingco.co. That's it. That's it, man. Here in the building with me is Willie Taylor. So one of the proprietors. That may be the wrong word, but it sounded smart when I used it. So I'm gonna use that word. So come here, man. Smashingco.co. Smashandco.co. Book us. We want to help you as much as we can. But so like I was saying, Liv Record was mixed here. We did a show with her last night, man. It was dope at Top 5 Bar and Grill here in Hattiesburg. It was good to do a show in the city, man. It's rare that we get to do shows in the city anymore. Because every weekend we kind of working a lot. So that was a dope feeling, man. Mentally last week, man, I'll be honest with y'all, a little transparent, man. I probably was on like a 5. You probably, if you seen me last week, you probably couldn't tell that like my mental was that low. But like, yeah, man, we dropped that first episode and every day I caught myself going on YouTube Studio and like, what's the analytics or like how many views do it have? How many likes? How many comments or whatever? As I call myself an artist, a musician. Now I'm a podcaster. You get bogged into those things sometimes instead of just doing the work. You want to know how many people are watching it, or what's the traction on it, or what's doing good. Let me clip this, let me clip that. Who should I get to play this song? Who should I get to sing this song? Who should I get to write this song? Who should I get to be my next guest on the podcast? All this type of stuff when it's just, at the end of the day, you should just do the work and believe in yourself. Like, it's no, you can't beat that. Do the work, believe in yourself. It can either go or it can't. And if it don't go, guess what? You can try something else and you always try again. But yeah, so my mental's on a 5 because I didn't think about all that before I did it, right? So I got bogged down into that stuff. But now, this week I plan on, man, once this episode drops, once y'all see this, man, I'm not picking this doggone phone up for this or getting on this computer for this until a week from when it dropped, Because you do want to keep up with stuff, but not no daily keep up with it. But other than that, man, I'm pretty good, man. Outside of that, tried to go to the zoo with my niece, man. Hattiesburg Zoo, y'all let me down. We ain't got the biggest, best zoo, but just want to, take my niece out, let her get in the sun. We get to the zoo and this woman told me they were closed. My niece got offended in it, so when my niece get offended, I get offended. You know what I'm saying? So I said, what time y'all close? In my head, I asked what time they close. Now, mind you, like 3:45. So I Google it. It's 4 o'clock. So, I understand. Y'all right. Y'all are closed. I'm about to argue with y'all for no reason. And besides that, what else happened last week, man? Something good, man. I can't think of nothing else that happened last week. But we're looking forward to this week, though. I think my church bringing Melvin Crispell in. So it's going to be a fun Wednesday night because he going to sing us down. We maybe get to play a little extra than we normally would play. So that's going to be dope. Y'all tell me how y'all feeling out there if you're brave enough, or if you think if you just want to vent, man. I'll gladly read it and coming back to you, man. But let's get straight into this episode about what we're gonna talk about. So this week I want to talk about sports because it's a lot of crazy stuff going on in the sports world that I haven't been able to address, put my opinion on. One of them is something I vowed to myself in the last 2 years. I said I'm not arguing with anybody about my opinion on this because I think most people just argue this opinion just because they're either old, they're either super old, or they just want to argue. LeBron James is officially. Let me step back. LeBron James has always been the GOAT in my eyes since probably like 2008, 2009, right? But it's official now. Like you can't argue this. You can't argue. You say he's not the greatest scorer, right? I gotta sit up for this. You say he's not the greatest scorer, but he's all-time leading scorer. He's like number 4 on the assist list. He's high up on the rebound list. Every major stat, he's high up. He won four rings. 4 rings on 3 different teams. Okay, Jordan won 6. He didn't lose any. Yeah, but he was on the same team. Same team. I think it's more impressive if you can win it with different people. That's just me personally. And like every time he won it, it was with like a different cast of people. The Miami Heat, the Heatles was one thing. The Cavs was one thing. And then the Lakers was another. Like that's just impressive, man. That's impressive. Also, his off the court stuff, yeah, it clearly makes him the GOAT. What he's able to stand up for and believe in, it's clear. It's clear as day. That like he's the GOAT, man. We have to stop arguing, man, and just accept it, man. All you old Michael Jordan lovers, man. If Michael Jordan didn't have his shoes, would y'all love Michael Jordan as much? Huh? Huh? Come on, man. If Michael Jordan didn't have these shoes, would you love Michael Jordan as much? Would you love him as much, man? I think it's a shoe craze, man. Because what does Bron, besides the killer instinct, now I give y'all that. Michael Jordan's killer instinct and will to win is by far not, it's beyond anybody except probably Kobe Bryant. But it's beyond any athlete that I've ever seen in my life. And I said athlete. I didn't say athlete. Athlete. It's beyond. But besides that, what does Bron not do better? I'll wait. I'll wait, man. Let me know. But I've been watching Bron since he got in the league, and the man can do it all. Can do it all. Whatever you need him to do on the court, he literally can do it. Not taking nothing away from Jordan, man. 6 rings, 6-0 in the finals is impressive, man. It's impressive, but we act like Jordan didn't lose, man. We act like Jordan didn't lose, man. We act like he didn't lose before. And then when he came back, he lost before he went on another 3-peat. Let's act. Come on, man. Come on, man. Let's put it in perspective now. Let's put it in perspective. And then let's name all the people Bron has had to play against. Richard, what's my boy? Richard Hamilton. Ben Wallace, Rasheed Wallace, Chauncey Billups. Okay. Come on, man. We say Bron created the super team, but was that not a super team? They may not have been superstars, but as a team, is that not a super team? Is that not a super team? Okay. He get to the finals after he put them out. Who do he play? The greatest power forward of all time. Tim Duncan. Manu Ginobili. Tony Parker. What do you think is going to happen? Do we remember the team that Bron was on that went to that finals? Varejao. Dude, let's Google it. Let's Google it real fast, man. I wish I had somebody here to argue me about this because, man, I'm telling you, y'all, boy, these people, this starting roster was crazy. Starting roster for 07 Cleveland Cavaliers. That's when they went? Yep, 07. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Let's look at this. Oh, because these names I just seen, Lord Almighty, I pray. Damon Jones, Dwayne Jones. Bro, do we think they're going to be Manu Ginobili, Tim Duncan, and Tony Parker? Larry Hughes, Drew Good. Come on, man. Eric Snow. Come on, man. These people are not going to beat the Spurs. Okay, let's keep going. Let's see. KG, Rondo, Ray Allen, Paul Pierce. Come on, man. They call Paul Pierce the truth. They call Ray Allen Jesus, man. They call him Jesus, man. What they call KG? The big ticket, bro. Come on, man. We're not talking about regular people, man. These people, Tim Duncan, the big fundamental, man. Come on. We talking about who else? Who else he had to face, man? Let's think, man. Think of some more people. KD, Derrick Rose we talking about Derrick Rose in his prime. Y'all think of, when I say Derrick Rose now, y'all think of like the Knicks or wherever he on now right now. No, Derrick Rose on the Bulls #1 was that guy, Russell Westbrook before Russell Westbrook, bro. That guy. I'm just saying, man. The man, his competition has been way, way harder, man. Way, way harder. What wings was Jordan facing? Who was the KD of Jordan era? Who was the Kyrie of Jordan era? Who was Manu Ginobili of Jordan era? Who was the Dirk Nowitzki of Jordan era? That's all I'm saying. Now, mind you, he had Charles Barkley's and, and Dominique Wilkins and all these people, but they weren't. Oh, man, them folks were just big and strong, man. They wasn't skilled, man. And with these cats skilled nowadays, man. Skilled. But I digress. I just want to make the point that LeBron James is the greatest basketball player of all time. Argue me all you want. You can argue me. I don't care. I'm standing on that, man. Further on in sports, this is a hot topic, man. Lamar Jackson is basically, how can I put this, man? I don't want to say he being railroaded, but he being toyed with, in my opinion, when it comes to getting this contract, man. He's being toyed with, man. I don't see how the Ravens cannot see that this man is worth every dollar he's asking for. You take him off of that team does not do that well. This man won MVP with his best receiver, and this is no shot to who his best receiver was Hollywood Brown, because Hollywood Brown can play. He can play. But that's his best receiver. Like, what do you want that man to do? You want him to win playoff games with one receiver? Name me one quarterback now that has one receiver that's winning. I can't think of it. Dak Prescott has a couple receivers. Aaron Rodgers went from having killer receivers to no receivers. Look at him. Tom Brady went from having, the year they won the Super Bowl, he had Julio Jones, but he got a shell of himself, Julio Jones. What happened? He's not winning that much. But I don't think the Bucs were that good though. Now that I bring them up, because he still had Chris Godwin and what's his name, Mike Evans. He still had some killers out there. But it's not many quarterbacks that don't have a team around them, man. Like, that man makes it happen by himself, man. He reminds me of Justin Fields. I'm a Bears fan, Justin Fields reminds me of him. It's like, I'm just going to make it happen. If I got to run for 200 yards this game, I'm going to run for 200 yards this game. If I got to pass for 300, I'm going to pass for 300. If I got to do a game where I got to pass for 250 and run for 100, that's what I'm going to do. Jalen Hurts is in that same field, man. That's what it looks like the quarterback is going to. The quarterback is either going to them or it's going to like a Josh Allen or a Justin Herbert, big arms. It's really just athlete guys, man. Athletic guys out there, man. There's no more stand in the pocket and throw it around. Look at Pat Mahomes. But all these people are paid except Lamar Jackson. Justin Fields on his rookie contract, so he gotta fulfill that first. But then Jalen Hurts is finna get paid. He's finna get paid, man. He's finna get paid, and if he gets paid before Lamar Jackson, that's just a travesty on behalf of the doggone Ravens, man. And I really think they should lose Lamar Jackson. Lose him. I almost said we'll take him as a bear on the Bears, but they probably gonna want too much. We got the first pick this year. They'll probably they'll probably want our first pick and Justin Fields. Like, no, we can't give you both. We can give you one or the other, but we can't give you both. But seriously, the Ravens should lose that man if they won't pay him. $200 million ain't a lot of money, man, for football, man. You see all these reports coming out over the last couple of days of, oh, man, what's the dude that played for the Cowboys? Byron Jones just came out and said he can't run or jump no more. I'm 33. I think he's like 28. 28. A 28-year-old just said he can't run or jump no more. If I got that age wrong, somebody let me know. But that's what I remember when I seen the article, that this man is 28, said he can't run and jump no more. If $200 million is not enough to, bro, come on, man. I'm sacrificing my body every week, man. Pay me $200 million, man. I'm five. Well, how tall is Lamar Jackson? He's probably 5'9", 5'9", 5'10". Probably weigh 180 pounds. Man, them big boys is whacking that man. They whacking that man. Get that man that $200, man. I mean, $200 million, man. Not $200. $200 million. Give him what he asking for. That's all, man. That's my take on that, because I'm not the astute businessman of astute as the owners of the NFL are, but I just know right is right, man. Right is right. What can you say to not pay him? What's the excuse? Because that's always the thing with the NFL. You never hear of an actual reason from the NFL or the owner why they won't pay the player. You'll hear from Stephen A. or Skip or Shannon Sharp or any of these people, or Colin Cowherd, or all those people. You'll hear from them, but you never hear of an actual representative from the team saying, well, we're not going to pay him because of such and such, such and such, such and such. Because there's no reason with Lamar Jackson. Now, a lot of people, they get in so much damn trouble, so many altercations, beating on their wife, doing all this dumb stuff. Or in the case of Antonio Brown, he just out here going crazy. I can understand not paying those people. But somebody who's kept his nose clean and done everything the right way, he don't turn on his team, he do whatever he need to do to will his team to victory, pay him, man. Pay him. Make him a staple of that organization, man. Unfortunately, I don't think that happens no more. You don't get the Ray Lewis's no more, or or those type people that stay on one team for their whole career. You don't get that no more. But you should try to aim to keep Lamar Jackson on your team. AFC North, y'all on the clock, man. Because if he leave, the Bengals gonna run that division for. The Bengals will run that division for the rest until Joe Burrow leave, until he retires. If y'all don't sign Lamar Jackson, y'all not gonna win no ring no time soon. Cause them Bengals is coming. They not going nowhere. They not going nowhere. Trust me. Gonna move on down to the NFC North, which is my division that I love so dearly because the Chicago Bears. Shout out, I know Brian Urlacher said some racist stuff at one time, but shout out to Brian Urlacher. Yeah, man, Devin Hester, Peanut Tillman. I don't want to say I'm a Chicago Bears fan from like long time ago with Walter Payton and stuff like that. I probably, when I got to my senior year in high school, right around my freshman year of college, I became a Bears fan. But over in the NFC North is a debacle that I am waiting to see. I really want to see this explode because I'm tired of him being in the NFC North and I'm tired of him talking to my team as like he run my team, but he really do because he beats us every time he plays us and he like dominates us. I don't understand how he does it. But Aaron Rodgers, man, I'm ready to see you leave. Leave, bro. Go to the Raiders. Go with Devontae. Go to Tampa Bay. Go somewhere else. Let us thrive. Let us come back in the prominence in our division, because you've been kicking our ass since, man. I remember the NFC title game where Cutler got hurt and just stood on the sideline the whole time. My soul was crushed. Like, we just let this man walk over us. But it's time for you to leave. They don't want you no more, man. They don't want you no more, man. It's like a bad relationship. You done shot your load on this one, my boy. I just want to say that. You done shot your load. Go on about your business. Go try to make your bones somewhere else. Let us run this thing, huh? Can you do that for us? Because Justin Fields is next, man. He next. I believe in him. He the next thing. Woo. Tell you, he the next Jalen Hurts. You see what Jalen Hurts did for the Eagles this year? That's finna happen. It's finna happen. We finna get us a true number one receiver. Ooh, we gonna tighten up that O-line. And we going up. We gonna trade this number one pick. We gonna trade it. I don't know who we gonna trade it to. I really would like to trade it to a team that need a quarterback. They more in need of a quarterback, but they got even if they don't have a true number one receiver, we'll take your best receiver. That's what I would do if I were the GM. I know that's very minimal. That ain't deep. That ain't a deep take on what we should do with that pick. But man, listen, we need a true number one, man. We got Moody. Moody is very good, man. He's very good, but he ain't, what if we had a Devontae or a Stephon Diggs or, Go get the Hop. Go get the Hopkins, man. We can go get Hopkins. You know, we had an A.J. Brown or something like that, man. Shout out to A.J. Brown. He from Mississippi, man, from the 662, man. Y'all, North Mississippi, baby. But yeah, man. Justin Fields is next. And Aaron Rodgers, you need to get away. Get away. Green Bay fan. I wish Jeff was here. My guest host from last week, man, because he a Packers fan, and I would love to talk some crap to him. If you watch this, Jeff, screw the Packers. If you watching this, Josh, screw the Packers. We friends on everything outside of the Packers and the Bears and the Bucks, because they like the Bucks too. But Giannis, that's another topic for another day. Speaking of basketball and Giannis, the All-Star game is trash. It's point blank trash. The All-Star game is trash. Like, I don't want to see a bunch of people dunking for 12 minutes or however long the quarters were. I don't even think they play like time limit now. It's just to a score. I don't want to see that. Like, let's a little can we make it semi-competitive? Can we play some type of defense? Some type of defense? Man, it's trash. Giannis hurt his hand. Bron man, look, man. We need to, for real, man. Y'all need to work on that. I can't tell you how to make it better because I'm not involved in that. But that thing trash, man. Shout out to Mac McClung. He brought the dunk contest back, we can say. We can say he brought the dunk contest back, but man, what? Really, outside of him? Y'all seen the video on social media of the dude who put his arm in the rim? He come down and write 50 on his paper, but like when he did the dunk, nobody moved. I said, this video got to be Photoshopped. He just knew he killed it, man. He just knew, I done did the hardest dunk in the world. Bro, nobody moved. Nobody gave you a ooh, a ah, or nothing. And you write 50 on the paper. I understand you got to sell your dunk, because that's part of it. You got to sell it. But man, come on, man. That's like the most, that him and Mac McClung, whatever, that was the most interesting thing about All-Star Weekend. But the actual game, All-Star game, was trash. Horrible. It was Poochie's ass. Poochie's ass, man. Just bad. Just bad. It's too much production and not enough game. And what I mean by that is there's so much production value in, like, we getting this artist to perform, we getting this artist to perform, we want the draft before the game and bro, that's cool. I like the draft before the game just to see the personality, just to see like Jokic, like, no, dude, I'm a 2-time MVP. You're not gonna pick me last. I'm not gonna be the last pick. I did like to see that, and I like to see Giannis. I love his accent, man. I like to see that back and forth, but the other I didn't care about Post Malone performing, bro. And Post Malone is a great artist. I'm here for the game. This isn't the Super Bowl. In the Super Bowl, I'm here to watch the game and the halftime show. That's why I'm here. I'm here to watch both of them. It's All-Star game. I'm here for the game. The players are way more important than the performance of Post Malone or Tim's or Burna Boy. Shout out to Burna Boy though. He performed my song, man. That last. I don't know. I probably know 10 words he said the whole song. But that I need Igbo and Shayo. That thing go hard. That's all I know. Hey, I don't even know what Igbo and Shayo is, but I just walk around screaming, I need Igbo and Shayo. I need Igbo and Shayo. Oh, boy, you wrote a hit with that one, boy. For real. But anyway, still, even as with that being a hit, that's not more important than the game, man. The game needs to be first. Needs to be first, man. I'm not saying like first in order of what's happening, but like, can we take the game serious? Like last night, I'm recording when I'm recording this, so I'm dating when I'm recording this. Last night, Damian Lillard put up 71 points. 71. Come on, man. Like, that's what we want to see in the All-Star game. And it wasn't off them just like not playing defense like that, playing defense on him, but I'm killing y'all. Y'all can't hold me. So if the All-Star game is the best of that year, I want to see the best of the best go at it like boy, you can't fuck with me. Boy, you know, 'cause I compare music and sports a lot, right? Cause when I said, boy, you can't fuck with me, it triggered something in me, right? Like, it's such a competitive thing, like mindset, like even music. You know, we like to say music is friendly and ain't a competitive thing, but I don't believe that. I don't subscribe to that. I believe like you have to have like a athlete's mentality and like, oh man, I'm killing you, bro. You can't mess with me. You can't mess with me. I'm not saying I'm it's personal, but it's just if I have that mentality, that gives me the drive to be better, to try to be the best, to aim to be the best. So I want to see that when I'm watching the game, because that's where the mentality that I have that mentality, that's where I get it from. Because all my friends growing up and even now, my closest friends were athletes, and they were damn good athletes in high school. Damn good. So it's like, if I feel like, boy, I kill you, boy, I'm finna do you in out here. But that's what I want to see, man. I want to see Damian Lillard go at Jaylen Brown, or he go at Jason Tatum. Like, that's what I want to see, man. Mind you, it's 20 players out there that can't all shoot the ball 20 times, but can we see that? At least 5 times down the court, Damian get the ball. Another 5 times, Brun get the ball. I don't know how you would do it, but like this, make it competitive, man. It was trash. And the Pro Bowl is trash. Trash. What is going on? We don't even play pro. I'm old enough to remember Sean Taylor laying the kicker out. That's how competitive the Pro Bowl used to be. Bro, you not finna do nothing crazy. I'm on your head, boy. I'm on your head. You look at, if you're in YouTube world and you're watching this, go look at the YouTube the clip Sean Taylor knocking the kicker out. Bro, the game used to be competitive, man. That's all I'm saying. You know, I don't want to hurt nobody. I don't want nobody to hurt me. But let's make these games back competitive, man. That's it, man. I'm telling you. These games trash. NFL, NBA, trash. Do better. Do better. Now, in entertainment world, because this a lighthearted pod, man. This is a lighthearted pod. You know, lighthearted pod. I know I just said they trash and that sound bad, but it's lighthearted. I don't mean it, I don't mean it like that. Marvel just released a banger of a movie, I would say. Banger of a movie. Do I understand what's going on? No. They released a banger. I'm talking about, man, Ant-Man Quantumanium is a banger. I love the movie, man, from start to finish. Start to finish. Jonathan Majors is killing that role of Kang. He's killing it. And to actually see them develop his story in this movie, it was amazing. But man, this time stuff it's a little confusing, Marvel. It's a little, just a tad bit, you know. You got to be paying attention. And if you ain't paying attention, you got to go back and rewatch it. So I'll wait till y'all drop it on Disney Plus so I can go rewatch it. I'm not going to, go pay y'all again to watch this movie. Well, I may because it was that good to me. But, like, somebody come in, man, because I watch Screen Crush. I go watch Screen Crush videos and heavy spoilers video. I want to stay, caught up on what's going on. But like the end, spoiler alert right here. But the end of the movie's been out 2 weeks, man. So if you ain't seen this movie by now, it's on you. It's on you, bro. But still, spoiler alert. They kill him, or what it looked like Ant-Man killed him. And first off, if Kang is such a huge villain, he's huge, right? He's one of the strongest in the Marvel universe. How does Ant-Man kill him? That blew my mind. But okay, I get it. Cause I see what you paint. What happened after that showed me what they paint, right? So they kill him somehow by, or whatever it was, trap him in the thing that blew up. I don't even remember the name of what the thing was. Then post-credit scene or mid-credit scene, they show the Council of Kings, right? And the first thing the Council of Kings said, are you sure he's dead? So obviously let me know he didn't die. And then from there, it's 2,000 kings in the arena. Bro. So you mean to tell me it's that many Ant-Mans in the world? Probably it's that many Iron Mans in the multiverse. It's that many. It's all these, like, bro, is that many universes? That blew my mind, tripped me out. It's a lot going on that you have to piece together, Marvel. Like, we have to find a way to, like, give us a little backstory, man. Come out with something so we know what's going on. That's all I'm asking. But the movie was amazing. Because, like, the Iron Man and Thor and Captain America, that's those first 4 phases of Marvel, I feel like it was clear what was going on. But that could be because it was all in one space. It was all on Earth or in Asgard or whatever. But like, or even the Guardians of the Galaxy, at the end of the day, it's like it's on Earth. But like, it's quantum realm and when 2 universes collide, what is called incursion or whatever it is, that stuff is, it's a little loopy, but it's amazing to watch. Y'all are top tier, man, and the scores are always amazing for Marvel movies. I didn't check out who did this one, but the score was amazing. HBO is top tier. I don't care what anybody say. They just as top tier as Marvel. They just as top tier as Marvel to me. Because they don't miss. When they believe in a show and they put a show out, they don't miss, man. They don't miss. From Game of Thrones to House of Dragons. Now they put out a show, man. Cause I was a big Walking Dead fan until like the last 2 seasons. I believe this may be a little childish what I'm about to say. But I believe the zombie apocalypse is gonna really happen. One day I think it's gonna be people out here just walking around dead, eating people's guts. And you gotta know how to survive. I don't know how to survive, honestly. But I do know I will wrestle you down. I will try to fight you, whatever I need to do to live. But I believe the zombie apocalypse is gonna happen. And The Walking Dead was amazing. But this show, The Last of Us, I had never played the video game, so I hadn't even never heard of the video game. I've been out of the video game world for a long time now. I still have a PlayStation 3. Let you know, I'm dated, man. I'm dated. I probably bought that thing in 2010. And when I tell you that doggone Last of Us show, if the game is anywhere as good as the show, I need to go buy me a PlayStation 5 tomorrow and play that dang on game. Cause boy, man, and it ain't even the TV show ain't even got as much zombie stuff in it as the game does. From what I've read, because like I said, I'll be watching Screen Crush and Heavy Spoilers. I go in there to see, they reviews and stuff. But it's the storyline, man. The storyline is killer. Like, they just dropped episode 7 last night. And they giving the backstory of Ellie. She's the main character. Yeah, so they're showing Ellie, the main character, backstory. I was about to say origin, but I want to say backstory. And this Ellie, I don't know how old she actually is in this show, but she can't be no more than like 16, 15, 16. But what triggered them to show her backstory is like the guy who's charged with getting her to where she's supposed to go is on the verge of death, right? He's on the verge of death. And she's lost so much in her life, and she's an apocalypse baby. That's funny, apocalypse baby. But she's an apocalypse baby. And doggone it, it triggered her backstory, and her backstory freaking almost had me crying, man. My big grown butt almost in there crying, man. This girl done lost everybody that she ever loved, that she ever cared about. Grew up in the zombie apocalypse, so she didn't grow up in like great times, great conditions. And then she get to the end of the episode, and the one person that she really cared about dies. I don't even know if the person died, because they didn't show the person dying, but I'm assuming the person died. She got doggone bit by the zombie. Off the what's the disease? Is it chlorophyll? Chlorocept. Chlorocept. That's what it's called. Chlorocept. Because chlorophyll, I think, is more a plant. Anyway, but like, dude, can you imagine you woke up one day, you went outside, and you just see somebody walking around and look like they got mushrooms growing out their body? Bro, I would lose it. I'm shooting everybody around because I don't know. I don't know what you got going on, brother. You got it. Something got to happen to you, man. I got to make it home alive, or I got to make it home alive. Shooting everybody, man, that I see with mushrooms, man. But the Last of Us is one of the best shows out in the last year, man. I'm waiting on HBO to drop House of Dragons season 2. That's gonna be. I can't wait to see Princess Rhaenyra go crazy because they didn't kill her son. That's gonna be amazing. Snowfall just released their first 2 episodes of the last season. I think when I started watching it, I caught it in the middle, and I was confused on what was going on. So I said I'm gonna have to go back and watch it. I can't give you a good review on that, but they did release that. But the highlight of my week last week, I told you something good happened last week, but I couldn't remember until just now. It hit me, boom, boom. That goddamn Cocaine Bear. Yeah. The movie Cocaine Bear. I've been seeing the trailers for like the last 2 months. I'm like, man, I don't know if this is interesting, but it just kept growing on me. Every trailer, it grew on me more and more. Then the name really set in on me. I said, man, it's a bear on that booger sugar. It bear yiked up off that booger sugar. And at first I'm thinking it's a small amount of booger sugar, just like a little 8-ball or something, No, this bear than 8 kilos of cocaine. Then I found out this is based on a true story in 1985. True story. So I Googled this last night. Cause I said, man, I gotta get people real information on this. They got to hear the real thing. Let me open this up from Variety.com. Open this up, I'm gonna read it to you. Let me find it. The true story behind Cocaine Bear started in September 1985 when convicted drug smuggler Andrew Thornton died after a parachuting accident. The working theory is that Thornton was traveling in a plane with 880 pounds of cocaine and thought the feds would trail him, so he decided to throw some of the stash out of the plane and take some more with him when he parachuted out. This man was flying with more than 880 pounds of cocaine, bro. I don't know if you ever seen cocaine in your life. I ain't seen much cocaine in my life, but I have seen some. A little. My cousin, we were playing basketball one time. My cousin pulls out a bag of cocaine in his pocket and like, oh, cuz I can't play with this in my pocket because if I start sweating, it's gonna go in my pores. I'm 16, 17, 18 years old, bro. What the hell are you talking about? I don't know nothing about what you're talking about. But that's the first time I ever seen some of this in person, right? But like a pound is like it's huge. It's like this big, man. It's like eating a burger, eating a big mugshot burger. I don't know if you, wherever you in the world, if you ain't never heard of mugshots, Google mugshots. But it's like eating a big mugshot burger, the big gamble burger, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, man. He got 880 of these in a plane, and he decides to jump out the plane with these. I'm gonna keep going though. I'm gonna keep reading this to you, man, because it blew my mind. Thornton was reported dead on September 11th. What a day. September 11, 1985. He was found in a driveway in Knoxville, Tennessee, wearing Gucci loafers with roughly $15 million worth of cocaine strapped to his body. What am I here doing? Somebody plug me in. Get me to the cocaine dealer, man. I'm trying to get right, Pablo. Chapo. Somebody get me right. 15 million. You got $15 million worth of product strapped to your body. $15 million. Good. Listen, man. Boy, look. Boy, I'm trying to keep it professional. I don't want to cuz you out and my dog out there. But my dog, $15 million? Woo. That's crazy. Strapped to his body. But I'm going to keep reading because it get more interesting, man. The cocaine, hold on, before I go there, 175-pound black bear died of an overdose of cocaine after discovering a batch of the drug. The bear was found dead in the Chattahoochee National Forest. The cocaine was apparently dropped from a plane piloted by Andrew Thornton, a convicted drug smuggler who died, blah, 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 blah. The Bureau said the bear was found Friday in northern Georgia among 40 open plastic containers with traces of cocaine. All right, that's all you need to know. Let's get back to the movie. When I tell you they exaggerated all of this. They exaggerated this 100 times, man. 100 times. These folk had this bear just going around eating every brick he seen. Not only did he eat every brick he seen, kids were eating out the brick too, man. The two kids of the movie bust open a kilo of cocaine. You know, most adults that you see in movies, Scarface or Blow or all these movies, they take the knife and they just hit a little bump. These kids done took out a whole teaspoon of cocaine and ate it like it was powder, like it was baking soda. Man, when I tell you these kids were geeked up running around, one kid done climbed a 100-foot tree. One kid that outran the bear. She's so hyped up on the cocaine. This movie was amazing because it just, boy, who thinks it is? Who would think to do that? One dude, it's one part of the movie. This dude freaking falls. I guess the bear had rounded up some of the cocaine and put it in a little spot. Dude falls in the cocaine. He didn't sniff any of the cocaine, but if you sweating or whatever, it get in your pores. Anyway. I don't watch a lot of documentaries on cocaine. I watch a lot of Frank Lucas, a lot of Blow, all these people. You know, if you sweat, it get in your pores and you become high. So he's sweating, he fall in the cocaine. He gets up, so he's high off the cocaine. So he's able to climb a tree. The bear is climbing to get somebody else. Little kid kicks the bear in the nose, kind of rattles the bear a little bit. And then out of nowhere, like this is how exaggerated this movie is. But it's good though. When I'm saying exaggerated, it sounds like I'm saying it's bad, but it's entertaining as hell. Out of nowhere, the bear just smells cocaine on the other dude that's like in a tree, maybe 30 feet away from the other person. And the bear aggressively jumps down. It's like all in two motions. Bear jumps down, boom, and has climbed the tree and is eating the other dude just because he smelled the cocaine. Then the dude falls out of the tree and the bear licks the rest of the cocaine off him. How, bro? Where do we? Spoiler alert. I should have said that before I got in all this. Spoiler. Who thinks it is? Who says, who green lights this? We're going to green light this movie. But I'm so happy you did because you made my Saturday morning complete. You made it complete, and I really want to bootleg this movie or go back to the movies and watch it again. Because it's the most exaggerated movie you've ever seen in your life, but it is hilarious. I don't know if y'all ever seen Cedar Rapids. But the black guy from Cedar Rapids is in it. He plays he plays the detective. Man, it's just, bro, it's funny. Ice Cube's son is in there. He's funny in the thing, man. You gotta go watch that movie, Cocaine Bear, man. Cocaine Bear. Go watch it. On a serious note here, and I'm gonna end the podcast after this because I may go off a little too far. But on a serious note here, church people, man. Hey, man. Church people, you got to do fucking better, man. I don't care what you. Excuse my language when I say it like that too, but this is like genuine. What I'm saying, this is genuine, and it really irritates me. I don't care what your title is, the order you think church supposed to go in, how long you been a minister, apostle, a prophet. I don't care about none of that, man. Respect is respect, man. So This kid, man, his name is Josiah. He's a drummer. I'm guessing he's from New York, but he lives in Atlanta. Because I did a little research on this. So I'm not gonna get everything right, but I'm trying to paint the backstory a little bit. His dad owns this church that he's in, right? His dad owns this church. He rents this church out to someone, to a woman named Prophet Danielle or something like that. That may be wrong. Prophet Danielle rent the church. She has a service. She can't make it. So she flies in, or she hire, I don't know what it is. She brings somebody in by the name of Prophet, I think Monique Hall, or let's just say Prophet Hall. And if I'm getting y'all titles wrong, forgive me, man. I've been in church all my life and still don't know titles. If you're not a pastor or a minister, I do not know your title. Only apostle. I know two apostles personally. I know Apostle Bobby Sims and I know Apostle Paul Beard. Other than that, and Apostle Cordero Beard. But that's Apostle Paul's son. But everybody else, I do not know your titles, and I'm really not interested in knowing your titles. But anyway, so the hall lady is doing the service, and I don't know what happened, but I'm a musician, right? I've been playing music since I was probably 12, 13. Been playing in church since I was 12, 13. Grew up in church. Seen the good and the bad with church, business-wise. My mom was I'm conflating two stories together, but just bear with me. Kind of put it together. My mom was she was over youth Bible study for a long time. Then so I seen how that happened, and I seen how she got took from over that position. My mom and dad helped sign for that same church. So I'm not dissing this church, by the way, because I still love that pastor till this day. But it's just I've seen the good and the bad with church. I've been, like I said, I've been playing. I didn't start getting paid till I was 18. I didn't start getting paid in church till I was 18. Yeah. So the musician side of churches is pretty bad, man. I think musicians are totally devalued in church. I think we totally devalued because of what. If you look at every big church, what do they have in common? Or every thriving church, let's say thriving church, let's say not big church, but every thriving church, what do they have in common? The music ministry is amazing. No matter how good the preaching is, and a lot of times these preachers are thriving, but the music ministry is thriving. It's great musicians at these churches, but they aren't valued. They'll pay you $300, or they'll pay you $200, or they'll even pay you $100. Yeah, man, I think in the church, musicians are super devalued, right? Because in every large or thriving church, what do they all have in common? They have one thing that's in common. Every thriving church, the music ministry is amazing. It's amazing. It's great musicians there. And, they'll tell you, it's crazy, man. Church wants you there every night. These churches that have all these conferences, they have all these revivals, they have all these things, they want you there multiple times a night, right? And they still want you to get better at your gift. That's crazy. They still want you to get better at your gift. But it's a sacrifice in here, right? It's a sacrifice that has to be made. I have to live. We're not talking about kids anymore, right? Well, with Josiah, he's a kid. So I'll try to speak from a kid's perspective on that too. But as an adult, it's catch-22 here. I have to live. I have to take care of bills. I have to take care. In a lot of instances, people have to take care of families, right? So I have to either have a 9-to-5 day job, or if music is what I'm making my livelihood off of, I have to gig during the week, right? So that means I can't be here every night unless you're gonna pay me well enough to where I can be here every night. And then this is where headbutting comes into place, because most musicians I know personally acquiesce to their church, so they just go to their church every night. But it's like, man, you struggling in life, bro. Like I did my year-end wrap-up. I talked about this on that, like, hey man, find a gig that'll pay you, man. I've been blessed in a situation where I don't have to. If I want to, just to go to put myself over the top, I can gig every night, but I don't have to. So it's like, what how can I put this? What comes first? Do me growing in my skill set, growing in all this, if that's what is required of me, then something has to happen. You have to pay me enough to where I don't do that. So I said that to say, in the Josiah situation, again, he's a kid, and his dad is also a prophet, apostle. And he's taught him that, like, you don't really charge the church. I admire that. I don't believe that. Like I said, I grew up in church all my life. I have a degree in music, man. As well as I grew up playing in church. So I know I have both worlds. I know church and I know, like, secular music. You're gonna pay me. That's how I feel. You're gonna pay me, I'm gonna charge you. And it may not, I could possibly love you enough and be like, bro, just pay me $100. Pay me $150. Or just pay me what you can, but you're gonna pay me. And that's really up to my discretion and what I will accept, right? But anyway, so I admire his father teaching him that. But this is another reason why I don't believe in that, because this is where situations like this come into play. So I guess he had got up during the service and went out and left the service, or while she was preaching. I'm thinking while Prophet Hall is preaching or whatever. He got up and walked out. So he comes back in, I'm guessing where this viral video starts is where she's actually addressing the situation. I think he's looking down on his phone. His dad said he was texting his mom. He said Josiah was texting his mom. So at that time, the prophet she starts attacking musicians. She starts saying that musicians just want to get up, play and leave, get out, blah, blah, blah. So she starts this whole thing, and then she says, after she's attacked this man for, like, not just him, it was another girl there too playing that I found out in, like, Larry Reid live video. This girl is, like, pregnant. So she's attacked both these people, or just musicians in general, but she's not talking about them directly, but she is talking about them. And they've sat through it and listened to this. And then she asks the girl, are you okay with you play? The girl starts playing. I guess she's docile. She starts playing. But Josiah, the kid Josiah, tells her, I guess he said, no, I don't want to play. Because you can't really hear what he said. I hate those moments, man, because side story, when I was in high school, I'll never forget my band director, he had a mic. He was standing in, like, we were at a practice field, and he had a mic standing on this podium. And he covered the mic when he said to me, do you want me to come down there? So nobody hears him say, do you want me to come down there? You know, mind you, they looked at me as like a bad kid in band, but I wasn't a bad kid. But so when he say that, I say, man, what you gonna do when you come down here? And then he takes his hand off the microphone and he says, are you stupid? I wouldn't hit you. What? So he's making it seem like I'm trying to fight him or something. But it's like, dude, you just asked me, do you want me to come down there? It's only two things you can do when you come down here. We finna talk or you finna hit me. That's the only thing that I can think of, right? So in this situation with Josiah, nobody knows. In the video, you can't tell if he was like disrespectful or not. Because he could have politely said, no, ma'am, I don't want to play for you. I don't know. Or he could have said, no, I ain't playing for you. Could have said it like that. But she says, oh, you're not playing. And then she goes on to curse this man and say, 48 hours, you got to repent, blase, blase. This is why I believe you get paid. Because if you contract me to do something and you're paying me, I have to respect what you did. Like, you hired me, so I have to play for you. I'm contracted. In a sense. I may not have signed the actual contract, but we worked out an agreement, so I know I'm playing for you. But in that situation, he didn't take any money, not from her. He's taking it from Prophet Danielle, the other woman. So who do you honor in this situation? And I just think the church has to be better because that's unnecessary, man. Like, I'll speak for me because I know I get looked at as like I don't believe in God and all type of stuff. Like a lot of times doing sermons, I get up and walk out. But this is a transparent moment for anybody watching this. I don't get out and walk out because I just don't want to hear what you have to say. I get out and walk out because of me, because of self insecurities or like self-consciousness that I have. If I'm sitting in this big old stage, this big crowd is looking, and I feel like, man, these people are looking at me. It's probably crazy because in the grand scheme of things, nobody is looking at me. Nobody is paying attention to me at all. But in my small brain, I'm thinking, man, these people looking at me. Do I need to get out of here? Or I could have been playing a gig last night till 3 a.m. We had to be at church at 7:30, 8 o'clock. And I'm literally, if I stay up here, I'm going to fall asleep. And I snore like a bear. A bear and a lion, dude. So what's going to happen? I'm going to fall asleep. I'm going to fall out my chair, or I'm going to be snoring loud. And then you'll make a scene that way. You know? So what I would rather do is go somewhere where I can still hear you. I may not be able to like fully pay attention, but I can still hear you. And I can still keep myself woke and I can move around. I can do what I need to do. Like, I'm not going outside to smoke like you think most musicians do. I'm not going outside to do anything crazy. I'm just going outside for my sanctity. So, like, you can't make people like, bro, you can't make me listen to you. That's just point blank. And if you want your musician to listen to you, that needs to be explain that, man. Explain that, like, dude, I would prefer you stay in this sermon. You can't because I feel like I'm hired to play. I'm not hired to listen to you. Like, are you really that concerned about my salvation? Because if you are, you'll talk to me, you'll check in with me, you'll send things. It just won't be a one time. Or even when we see each other, we'll have dialogue, we'll have conversation about this. Like, we're in such a bad spot now, to me, in churches where we act like we care about people or we fake care, and then like, you shouldn't get up and walk out. Well, ma'am, out of these 50 people that's out here, 30 of them are on their phone the whole time you're talking. And then the person who's saying amen the most, they're not even processing what you're saying. They're just saying amen. They're not processing it. It's like, oh, the sky is blue and trees are green. Amen, Pastor. Amen. Did you process what they actually said? They said something that's obvious. If I go outside right now and I look at the trees, they are green. If I look at the sky, it's blue. It's clouds in the sky. That's what right now. Like, process what they're saying. You don't have to amen if you didn't process it. Because a lot of times we don't listen to process stuff. We listen to just talk or respond. So you getting mad at me that I'm walking out, or getting mad that this kid walked out and came back in, it makes no sense. It makes no sense, man. Come do what you were asked to do. You were asked to preach, man. Preach to them folks. Preach. You chastising me don't have nothing to do. And then you chastising me in front of this whole church has nothing to do with anything. What brownie points do you get? Because it's a lot of, it's not just her who do this. This is a common occurrence in the black church, and I just don't understand it. I'm fortunate that I've never had to face this, but it blows my mind to see and hear people get done like that. Like, the church has to do better. We have to do better, man. If we care about, if we truly care about each other, that's not gonna help that kid. That kid was already, after hearing his father talk, that kid was already going through it, man. This not gonna help him with church. He's gonna digress from church even more. Trust me, I've digressed from church. I went from the time I was 18 till I was like 28, man. 29. I didn't believe, bro. I didn't believe, man. I didn't believe in church. I doggone didn't believe in God, bro. Stuff like that don't help you. It just further your case. Because now you can say, well, why this happened? Well, why this happened? Just saying, church got to do better, man. We have to. And stop looking at musicians as freaking, hey, man, best way you can help me save my soul is just pray for me. Just pray for me, man. Like, especially, I'm at the age, man, I don't want to hear nobody holler at me, bro. Don't holler at me, man. You can teach me without hollering at me. And then I don't want to hear, in 3 days, Jesus rose. I don't want to hear that no more, man. That ain't gonna help me. I know in 3 days he rose. I've heard that my whole life. Help me in my life now. How do I progress in life? How do I work out the battles I'm working on in my own personal life, in my head, or my interpersonal relationships with people? Teach me that. The Bible teaches that, right? Teach me that. You say in 3 days he rose, it don't help me at all in my life. So I don't even understand why people sitting. If you say that in your sermon, I don't even understand why people sitting there in your sermon. I don't understand. It's 2023, man. Jesus died 2023 years ago. That message is beat. It's a dead horse, dog. It's in the book. I can read it. I know it. Okay. What's next? What's next? That's just my small opinion on the situation. And it really hurts me to see that young man done like that. Like, on a situation he's not even getting paid for. He didn't even get paid for that situation. I think with the Larry Reed stuff, he did end up getting money, But the initial situation, he didn't get paid for. It's unnecessary, man. It's unnecessary. And it just looks bad. Because I don't want to make this a race issue. But I don't see that in white churches. I don't hear about that in white churches. I don't see no viral video of white churches doing that. Mexican churches doing that. A Jewish church doing that. A Catholic a church 7-day event. I don't see these people doing that. I don't see Muslim mosques. This happening in Muslim mosques. It's really just freaking black churches, man. It's really just black churches, and it's sad, man. It's sad that we would stoop that low and do that to each other. That's my opinion, man. Uh, I hate to end the pod on such a somber note, but that's been the Scatterbrain. That's been Scatterbrain, the Ray Bradford podcast, episode 2. I want to leave y'all with a song to go check out, man, by the Beatles. And I'm sure any Beatles fan or like real music fans, they've heard this song. But this song is called "The Long and Winding Road," man. Beautiful. I think this is one of the most beautiful songs that ever been written in mankind. Go check that out. Shout out to Willie, Dino in the house, the team here at Smashing Company. Again, if you're trying to book your own podcast session or your own photography session, your own videography, your own mix and mastering, you're trying to record some vocals, you need production done, or whatever, we do it. We do it and we do it well. Come to Smashing Company, and you can go to smashingco.co and book your session. Again, man, it's been fun. I hope I didn't offend anybody. If I did, oh well. It's life. You get offended. I'm Ray Bradford. Peace.